National.
Everything.
No, but
But the system is
let's say, 48 hours.
48 hours to have the
48 hours, let's say, make that 10. In other words, by day 12, we will have the electronically tabulated results. But then there is your non-electronically transmitted results. Maybe 1%, maybe 2%. In the close election, it will still be crucial. So meantime, Mr. Chairman, the world already knows the results from SMARTMATIC, but COMELEC would still be tabulating, or the whole system would still be tabulating the non-electronic results. I'm worried, Mr. Chairman, because by that time, people would already know how much does a candidate need in order to make it. Maybe the number 13 senatorial candidate to become number 12, to dislodge the number 12. Or maybe the number 2 who would like to become number 1. Or the number 2 president who may be maybe less than 1% behind the number 1. And all of that would depend on the physically tabulated results. That is going to be a frightening scenario, Mr. Chairman. Aren't you worried about that? That this will again involve the possible manipulation or even assault the very integrity of the physically tabulated results. Because by that time, we might have a repeat of what happened in the past. Alam na yung total, partial pala, the major partial, but then there's still that small fraction that is still being tabulated manually that would affect the final outcome.
Actually, Mr. Chairman, I'm not going with that because that is only a contingency plan. Because
Precisely, that's why there is a contingency. You are recognizing that there is that possibility. So here we are in Congress. How will now that COC be transmitted to Congress? Will it be the same sealed brown envelope for those that are manually tabulated? Because it would be okay, we can look at the website. We know already. But then there's still, what I'm looking at this scenario, Mr. Well, that fraction, that small fraction, however small, might still be decisive in altering the final result of the election for the president, the vice president, the senators, maybe not so much the local.
Commissioner, if I may intervene, how many voters do you have already? How many voters?
52 million.
52 million. So 1% is 500,000.
Yeah, 1% of 500,000 is 500,000. 1% is 1 million. In the 1992 election, I think the difference was less than 1%. If we look at history, in the US, in the Bush versus Gore election, the result was only by a few votes. Same in the Kerry-Bush election. And we're talking there of about 100 million voters.
The commissioner may reply to.
Mr. Chairman, we will be making safeguards, just like in the conduct of manual elections. Because even today, when we will go to Mason, we will still be counting some manually transmitted results. But just like the conduct of the absentee voting. The absentee voting, we will be still using the ballot, so the result will still be transmitted manually, Mr. Chairman. So I think these are...
Pero pakibalik natin na, because this is a real problem. 48 hours, you have the SMARTMATIC results. Hopefully, 99% of the total. But there's still that 1%. If the winner will be like in the 1998 election where President Era won by a much 20%. Wala problema. Paano kung 1992 ang, and right now, if you're looking at the survey, according to the survey, there is a statistical tie, 37 to 35. That is a frightening scenario, Mr. Commissioner, because that statistical tie can be decided by that manually canvassed result that would be awaited, and there might be a how many days gap, maybe 1 week gap. I think that kung titignan natin yung scenario, no? I'm sorry, yes. Yes, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, if I might go back to where...
Because your case is electronic. We are talking here of the manual. This is not your concern.
All your
We're not
observations.
concerned about the results coming from SMARTMATIC, but I'm concerned about the possible 1% or even 0.5%. That might still be decisive.
You're absolutely correct with all your observations, sir. So my only...
There's going to be a 2-3 day gap. At best, 2-3 day gap. Before,
I just want
in the
to...
hinterlands, this is where the operators will flourish, as we all know from experience, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Commissioner. Then magkakagulo na naman. And even if the results are correct, it will assault the integrity of the results. It put into question just because of the 1% in a tight election. I hope that it's not going to be a tight election, but you know, we can only hope. But right now, the survey indicates it's not going to be, it's going to be very tight.
You want to reply on the comment of Congressman?
Yeah, my only comment, and everything is very accurate, sir. I only want to remind the public of when precinct goes to manual, which means the machine failed for different reasons. During the election day, meaning, let's say the machine failed 3 hours into the election day. People are voting, there are already votes in the ballot box, so machine broke. We bring a replacement machine, so people can still vote while the machine arrives. Then we change the machines. We have over...
It's not going to be that simple, because I think I understand there are 7,000 replacement machines. The problem is where are they positioned? They may be 10 hours away. So how can the replacement machine contribute to the election? They are 10 hours away.
They won't be 10 hours away